So, what did you observe? What did she do? I'm going to grab some pens. Oops.
She let the students do all the work.
She did, huh? She didn't do any work. There was no prep at all.
I think the two biggest things, she cared about them,
Yep.
and she wasn't afraid to lead. Like, I think she was like the loudest during the song. She was
Yep.
the one that was like, legitimately like, I'm not going to worry about what's being seen here. I'm trying to get them involved.
Yes, right. And she's camera people sitting there. That's actually quite amazing. It's cool.
But it's right in some of what Marnie said. She never did anything for the children, even when they were collecting things. She just spoke to them and they did it. She never got in the way.
Right, so she basically trusted them. She gave them instructions and they did it. Now, I think that's there is a building she has been doing this for a while. I'm sure the first day it didn't happen like that. I think it was a development. But anyway, so she trusted them with responsibility.
There was also, in that, was also a lot of honor and respect. Top down. As much as there was from down up or bottom up. From teacher to student, student to teacher, there was a mutual respect.
Yeah, she called them this by their surnames often, which is what they would do to a teacher.
Totally, yep. I'm just going to put mutual. I wanted to put. Okay. Other things you observed.
There was some correction that happened with moving the chairs and the students being in the way. But she was always just speaking to them with honor.
Right, right. It wasn't condescending. It was like, oh no, let's move over here. So it wasn't like this, what are you doing? She could have, when teachers get tired, that's what they start doing.
It was such little content. It was the same thing. So
over and over and over.
for me, an hour of teaching, to only teach 5 is beyond me. But her kids will know it really well.
When they first started and she said, what have we been talking about? And they came out with decomposing, I was like, what? Well, how did that happen? And then you went through the whole thing and she's singing the song over and over again. Of course they're going to know the word. So it's not that they can't learn those hard things, it's that they are reviewing and reviewing. I kept thinking of the neurons. So I'm putting, songs for review.
But there was also, as we talked about with the learning styles, there was music, there was kinesthetic, there was voice, there was visuals, there was movements, and
There's tactile in different ways. Reinforcing. What were some ways that she used her voice? Especially when she was trying to move on, or did you notice that? At one point she was singing, I think it was...
She lowered...
She whispered.
Yeah.
It was like she was bringing them in.
Like that beginning song. She
Yes!
would sing loud, then sing quiet.
Woo!
then brought it back.
Yep. It's like it was basically she's telling them, because she's been telling them all along, but it's like she was saying, we're going to move on now, without having to say, we're going to move on now, because she had already taught them. Through when we're singing the song, and then we're quieting down, it's like they're all focused, because whispering does that. Okay.
Positive reinforcement.
Oh yeah, tons of positive reinforcement. I'm going to put vocal volume. Lots of positive reinforcement.
Calling a 5-year-old that's learning the number 5 on mathematician. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I know.
They're learning to subtract and add.
Yes.
Doing that. They don't realise
Yes,
it, but
they are completely using. I was like, this is precursor to addition and subtraction. Like they're going to go into first grade and second grade and have absolutely no problem. They're going to be able to recall it like this.
When she was correcting them, she would speak more, she always spoke gently, but it was more
Directive.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But there was because she cared.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. Which I'm going to just say, because I was a second grade teacher, you have to be consistent. If you ask them to do something, you have to be consistent yourself. You can't change it up. So, and you say, one of the things I learned because time management is such a big deal in the classroom, and classroom management, which is discipline, is such a big part of the classroom. You have to know what you want. So you have to go into a class thinking, I want them to have this kind of behavior. And this is inappropriate. What's going to happen if they do that? So, but don't make them do something that is actually hard on you. Right? Because that makes it harder. It just makes it like you don't want to do it either. It's like you're getting punished as well as the teacher. I'll just example. When I worked in this small Christian school, I had my second year. I had 36 students. One teacher. That's a lot. That's actually more than you should have. But that's kind of what happened. And we had to walk. Our classroom was upstairs, and we had to walk down to go to research. We had to go walk down the stairs, past the kindergarten, and then out, which was fine. That's not a problem. But there were some bricks along that side that actually, for some reason, when you walked on them, they made noise. And we always walked out recess during kindergarten nap time. So it was like quite loud. So I asked the students, I said, we're going to go outside. Please do not walk on the bricks. And then I said, if you have a problem walking on the bricks, if you go on the bricks, then I'm going to have you practice 10 times walking next to the bricks on how to do it. So I very explicitly stated it. It wasn't like mean, it wasn't harsh, it was like, this is what we do. And Tony decided to walk on the bricks. And he was testing me. And so I said, okay, Tony, you're going to now walk 10 times. And so he did, and he was mad at me, of course, 7-year-old. And he went home and told his mom, and his mom got irate. Why would she make you walk 10 times? Da, 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 da. That's so unfair and mean. So she came and talked to the principal. They pulled me in, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, that this is, I actually told them that not to walk on the bricks and that they would practice 10 times. And she said, really? And she turned, because Tony was there. Did she say that? And of course, he left that part of the information out. But you know what happened? He loved me. He gave me a Christmas present. I still have it today. He loved me the rest of the time because I basically put it down that that's not the behavior, and you are safe if you do this behavior. A lot of times kids are pushing us because they actually want structure. They want to feel safe. So they push and push. And if they see that you are actually going to say, no, that's not the appropriate behavior, and this is, if you say that you're going to do it, do it. Just do it so that it's not a problem for you. Like, you're going to stay in for recess. Well, then you have to stay in for recess. So if that's not what you want to do, then you shouldn't do it. So.
I love the way she left some of the class to do the colouring, and then she took some away. Maybe it was those children who hadn't quite got it.
Yes.
And then she was going through it again.
With them, yes. And actually, I'm positive she was doing it with the kids who were having a harder time with it. So she could actually have hands-on with them. So that's, that's great, no problem. At the end of that time, she actually goes through all the, it has one person from each group talk about what their little workshop was. So.
There's no time for them, any of them, to get bored or.
No.
Because it's.
On.
The preparation she's put into this is just awesome.
It is huge. I know. I was looking for something I was scouring the online thing for like different examples for you, and when I found her, I was like, jackpot. It is a lot of work. It's extreme. Like the first thing she has them do is first they talked about it, and they actually talked in. Yeah, it's like incredible. And then they had the movie theater, and then they had the ducks, and then they had Behind Her Hands, and then they went to do work in their tables, which was the beads, the jewelry, the beads, and the spiders.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. So.
Also that she was obviously observing the whole time she was teaching, because she's noticing who's taking it in and who's not taking it in.
Yes.
It's massive what she was doing.
Yeah, absolutely. She obviously has done this for a long time. When you do little kids, it's exhausting, because that's basically what's happening. So that's why I do say people who work with little kids have a gift. They have a gift. It's a gift. Especially preschool and kindergarten and first grade. Second grade was easier because my favorite thing to teach was the Bible, and I would read the Bible and we'd have these amazing discussions, and 13 of my kids got saved. It was awesome. It was super fun.
Thinking how to do that with a parable or something is just with a
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So that's what we're gonna start doing, but we're gonna look first of all at what developmentally we need to consider, because 5-year-olds, there's a reason why she was doing these things over and over and over again. The older you get, you have a little bit more maybe variation of ways to do things, and so we're gonna do that as well. All right.